LB News 10 presents Dialogue, a weekly public affairs program exploring community concerns and spotlighting regional activities.
Good Sunday morning to you, everybody, and welcome to Dialogue. For approximately 8 years, the Dougherty County School System has hosted a career fair and job expo. We need you to put this date on your calendar. It'll be March 14th, 10 until noon at the Albany Civic Center. And here to fill you in on what you need to know, I'm joined by Jill Addison, who is the Chief Human Resources Officer for the Dougherty County School System. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
And well, we want to get the information out because I think people just assume that when you say a job fair, you're talking primarily teachers. And that's not the case.
No, that's not the case. We have multiple positions across. We do have teaching, but we need bus drivers. We need school nutrition. We need facility members. Anybody that wants to make an impact on our community, we want them to come see us.
And for the most part, you're talking full-time?
Yes, ma'am. Full-time positions with benefits and a competitive salary.
We want to know who are you looking for? I mean, who should attend?
Anybody that is looking to change careers, anybody that's ready to start a new career. We want you to bring your experiences, bring your talents. Just be ready to talk to people in the district and really show
why they should be hired.
Yes,
right?
Why should you hire me?
Okay, I got you. Well, let's talk about what makes this career fair different from others that may be presented in the community.
Well, this career fair, it has a range of jobs. So we're not just looking for one particular person, one set skill set. We're looking for somebody, number one, that really is invested in our community, somebody that wants to impact our students and our families in our community, and that brings excitement to education. And when we say education, we're meaning those bus drivers, we're meaning those school nutrition, not just our teachers in the classroom, but everybody that impacts our schools.
Again, this will be March 14th, 10 until noon. When you attend, if you're interested in attending, what do they need to bring with them? I mean, resumes.
Yes, please, and bring multiple resumes. We'll have our district leaders across every department here, and they are excited about meeting new talent and getting to know individuals who want to be a part of our school system.
Now, set the scene for us. So is it where you stop at this table, you move to the next table, just sort of walk us through what that is like.
So when you walk in, of course, you're going to be greeted by an amazing human resources staff with information table, and then as you walk in, you're also going to have more information tables from our South Georgia RESA, who's going to talk about how to become a teacher. And then when the floor opens up, it has our every school, every department. So it's almost, you can hit every one of them and find out what positions are available. And if you are somebody that's looking for a certain role, we'll have the opportunity to go right to that table.
Now, one of the other things that I see, there are workshops.
Yes.
Talk about those.
Yes, so this is the first time we're doing these. So we're super excited. So we're going to have a workshop about our benefits and our perks. So somebody that's like, I'm not sure what the school system offers, we will talk about our benefits and also just our employee well-being, the things that the district does. So when we talk about benefits, we talk about the whole employee, not just health benefits, but the things.
I see that. Wellness programs.
Yes.
And again, the emphasis on strong benefits, competitive pay.
Yes, that is really important in this workforce. When you look at things that attract individuals, we know that pay is a piece, but we also want to match that with great benefits and the perks to being a DCSS employee.
So I'm a new teacher. Is there somebody available, say if Dougherty County School System hires me,
yes,
will I have a mentor or someone to walk me through? Because I know
yes,
it can be a little scary.
Yes, we have a fabulous new teacher induction program. So you have a mentor that walks with you, not just year one, but year 2 and year 3. And you have that same mentor with you throughout your 3 years. And if that person continues, they also have that an instructional coach that comes alongside a mentor, and of course your administration staff too.
And I want to go back to the positions. Of course, teachers, yes.
Yes.
transportation,
Yes.
bus, because we've done numerous
Yes.
news stories about the shortage of bus drivers.
Yes, and we have some wonderful transportation department. Our drivers are excited about what they do every day, and we want to bring more of those individuals on to greet our children. They're one of the first faces our kids see every
And the
morning.
last.
And the last
Right.
too. And we are excited about opportunities we have for our transportation department.
And something that's very, very important in schools, and I say unfortunately, but this is where we are, security. So
Yes.
when you say security, are you talking security guards, or is there like a security staff?
So we have our own police department with the school system. So when we hire, we call them SROs. We have those positions open, and we have a great staff there where our schools and are staffed with one at each school, and our elementaries share, but we are looking for more of those individuals.
All right, and facilities, and so that we're talking anything from making sure that the school building
Yes.
is safe, the
Yes.
grounds are kept.
Yes, our grounds are kept, the inside, the outside, plumber, a painter, anybody that plays a role in making our schools look fabulous. We are looking for them.
Okay, and what would you say to someone to encourage attendance at this job fair? Career Fair and Job Expo.
Well, number one, you are going to meet our fabulous district leaders. Everyone that works in the district that is excited about working in our district are going to be there, ready to greet you, ready to find out where you fit in. And I think that's number one, our number one. If you're ready to make an impact in our community, let's find you a place that you can do that, and we both will succeed. Our students will grow from it, along with the staff that's surrounded by you.
And I've got to ask this. Of course, I mentioned like first-year teacher. You may be, just out of college. You may be a little younger, but then there may be that need for someone who is more seasoned and
Yes.
who has been, who has so much more to offer in terms of advice and
Yes.
guidance.
That is a piece that we would embrace, individuals like that are veteran teachers that want to help grow our teachers. Every school needs those, and if somebody just needs a change and has moved into our community and just said, let's see what they have to offer, we want them to come see us. Yes.
Now, I know when we mention teachers, are you also, substitute teachers?
Yes, ma'am. We always need subs. We welcome them. They are welcome to come also. We have paperwork. We'll have somebody to greet them just to find out what I need to do to be a sub in the school system. Yes, ma'am.
Again, the Career Fair and Job Expo will be March 14th, 10 until noon at the Albany Civic Center. There is no cost, nothing. You just need to bring those extra copies of your resumes. If you want more information, they can go to the website, right? www.docoschools.org, and just plan to be there on the 14th. And I have to say this because I guess I'm old school to this, but you want to dress for the job
Yes.
or the position that you want.
Yes, I think that's super important. You've got that resume in your hand and you look like you're ready to take whatever job that you want. They should want to hire you the first minute they see you.
And will there be the opportunities or the opportunity to be hired on the spot, or is it a
Yes,
process?
there's some preliminary things, but there are some initial offers that could be made based on experience, qualifications, and what you bring besides your resume. If there are other things that you bring to that as far as sharing information.
And a final question, security background checks. They're so important.
Yes.
When working with children.
Yes, so those take place after, if an initial hire is made, then it comes to my office, and we do that prior to being approved to work in the school system.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
and if they're hired, so
Yes.
Is this for the next 26, 27
Ooh,
school
yes,
year?
26, 27. They go by faster and faster. Yes.
They do. Anything else we need to add about the Career Fair and Job Expo?
We are super excited about this year. This information session, our district leaders are really looking forward to meeting people in the community that want to impact our students. And I can't say that enough. We are looking for those individuals that really want to make a change.
And again, this is a first year for this, but there will be workshops included. And this is, let's see, the first one will be about the employee perks.
Yes. Yes, employee perks and benefits, like what the whole package looks like if you're hired. And the second is ways to become a teacher. There are different routes, and we want to be able to share that with potential career changers, how you can become a teacher and the steps to get certified.
Again, March 14th, 10 until noon, Albany Civic Center, www.docoschools.org. Thank you so much, Jill Addison.
Yes, thank you.
All right, stay with us, everybody. There is a doctor in the house. You do not want to miss him. And welcome back, everybody. There is a doctor in the house. He is a piano doctor. I'm talking with Tim Arbisi, who is the piano doctor who was recently in Southwest Georgia tuning pianos. And of course, if you are in a church or if you have a piano in your home, you know that over a period of time you need that piano tuned. Of course, Tim Arbisi has been tuning pianos for over 20 years, including four icons like Bob Dylan, Chuck Leavell of the Rolling Stone, and Wynton Marsalis. Good to meet you in person. We've been interacting via email and phone call, but you frequent Southwest Georgia and Alabama and really all across the nation.
All across the nation. And first off, I want to say thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the fact that you brought out the Ray Charles statue just for me.
Appropriate, very appropriate.
But yes, it's a national traveling piano service, which is kind of an odd thing because there isn't anybody else doing that. Piano tuning is such a niche thing anyway, and there's so few people that do it. You know, they just came out with a study 2 months ago that said prior to COVID, we had about 12,000 piano tuners for the United States, which is not a lot, but it was enough. Well, then when COVID hit, we lost a lot of piano tuners because when you do piano tuning, you can kind of do it until your last days. You never retire. And so a lot of these people are maybe a little bit older, they should have retired. Well, then COVID hit and they just stopped. So from 12,000 people prior to COVID, now we have less than 7,000.
Well, you refer to it as the lost art of piano tuning, and I think that was the title. You were on ABC.
I was.
Featured on ABC for traveling nationwide to help people with their pianos, describing it as the lost art of piano tuning, because of course we know about electronic keyboards and all of those types of things. Major impact on pianos?
They have their place. You know, they're different. You can't make an electric guitar sound like an acoustic guitar, and you can't make an acoustic guitar sound like an electric guitar. And the same thing, you can't make an electric piano sound like an acoustic piano, and you can't make an acoustic piano sound like an electric piano. So they still have their place.
They come close. They come close.
They do.
Yeah,
they do.
But you can tell.
For people who play piano, they want to play a real piano. They'll play a keyboard if that's all that's available to them, or if that's all they can get their hands on, but they always want to come back to a real piano because they just feel different. They sound different. They all have their own personality. A keyboard is kind of a sterile thing. It is what it is. They're all that same way, especially in that whatever line that is. But every piano is different because God still hasn't made two trees alike, and they're made of wood. And so they're all different. They all feel different. They all sound different. They all produce different. It's all about energy.
So you still get high demand, and I'm leading to where you just tune pianos, and I think it was the first for you, but you actually were invited to tune pianos in Europe. Where exactly did you tune?
I spent a week in Paris and Metz, France, and then Luxembourg City, another week in Luxembourg City. And it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I don't speak French. Most of them didn't speak English. But it, you know, it transfers because pianos are pianos.
Music is the universal
Music
language.
is a universal language, not just love.
Right,
music
there
is
you
too.
are.
And when it comes down to it, people who play piano have to have this done, and they don't know where to turn. That's why this whole service started. And then when I got asked to go to Europe and do it, I kind of, you know, it's funny, the gentleman called and he said, we're in Luxembourg and we need some help. And I said, where is it? Is that Tennessee or Texas? And he said, no, it's north of France, south of Poland.
You said, I'm there. I'm there.
I'll be there.
Awesome. So how did you get, are you you're a pianist?
I'm not.
You're not?
No, I'm not.
Oh my.
I'm a musician. I'm a bass guitar player and guitar player. And I can play some piano now. I play very badly.
Oh, okay.
However, when I first started, I couldn't play at all. And I'd get done tuning a piano, and I'd tell the people, okay, it's in tune, it's ready to go. And they'd say, well, go ahead and play it. And I don't play it. What do you mean you don't know how to play it? And I thought, you know, it's a different skill set. You know, the race car driver doesn't work on the carburetor because that's not what he's good at. I'm good at tuning them. I'm not really good at playing them. But I know how to play a little bit now. It's been 25 years. You have to know how to play a little bit of something. So yes, I'll sit and play them afterwards.
So what is the art? And when we talk about the art, like how long, when you were recently in Southwest Georgia, you had what, 5 stops? Yeah,
I had 5 stops. Usually it's somewhere between 6 and 10 stops a day. And that's churches, that's homes, that's schools, that's retirement facilities. Pianos are everywhere when you start to think about it. And everybody has a piano story. Everybody has one. They either used to have one, wish they had one, their mama had one, their grandma used to play. Everybody has a piano story. So you can imagine walking around town with this shirt on. Everybody wants to tell you what their piano story is. And I love it. I think that's what makes me different than anybody else that does this, is that I actually get up every day and love this. I haven't worked in years. I just go play with pianos.
Your passion.
Very much.
Your
very much
passion. So how long does it, we're getting into education. Now, I'm a vocalist.
Okay.
My husband's keyboard,
Very
organ
good.
and piano. And so I know about that sound,
Yeah.
you know, when there's a piano that's out of tune.
Oh, yes.
We have one at home. We need to get tuned.
I know a guy that knows a guy.
Yeah, I know. There you go. But talk about that art. I mean, what I've heard piano tuners before, and you know, listening, you know, all of that. But how long does it normally take you to tune a piano? And I know it may does it vary? You know, whether you got the baby grand or the concert grand.
Pianos, yeah. So they're all a little bit different, and it depends on how long you've been tuning for. Is how long it takes to tune a piano. So when I first started, it would take about 2 hours to tune a piano. Now it's about 45 minutes. That's how you get 8 of them done in a day while you're still traveling. But it's different. As a piano tuner, you're usually not a technician. You don't know how to fix them or take them apart, put them back together. That's what a technician does. I started off as a technician, so I know all the parts and pieces, and I know how to fix everything that could possibly go wrong on them. But then I taught myself how to tune and learned that I love to tune. And you have to tune almost every single day to keep it. It's a diminishing talent.
I was about to ask you too, how often should somebody have their piano tuned?
They should have their piano tuned at least once a year. It doesn't matter if you play it a lot or it's just sitting there looking pretty. In a year, you got to run your AC for so long, and you're going to run your heat for so long. And that switch in heat and humidity, heat and temperature and humidity, is what makes them go out of tune. Again, they're made of wood. Wood's going to expand and contract with heat and humidity, with temperature and humidity.
We're going to take a break, but I want to get your contact information.
Sure.
Because when you leave here, you were telling me you're going to Alabama.
Yeah, I go to Alabama, and then next week come back around to Charlotte, I believe. And it's the schedule is just crazy. I just got back from New Orleans and Baton Rouge and Lafayette. And it's never ending.
What joy, though!
But
what
yeah,
joy!
I love it.
And he's got his own travel tour bus. We got a picture of it that we're putting up. And so you know, you're hitting the road and you're going to tune those pianos and making them sound perfect. If you would like to get in touch with Tim Arbisi, there is a website that you've got. It's pianodoctorusa.com. Again, it's pianodoctorusa.com. You can check him out, and he have piano, he will travel. So he will be back in Southwest Georgia if you need him. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more of Tim Arbisi, the piano doctor. Welcome back, everybody. We are talking about the lost art of piano tuning. I'm not sure I've ever hosted dialogue. Of course, I've had musicians on before, vocalists, keyboard players, even bands, but the art of piano tuning, I don't think has been a topic. Well, today we are talking with Tim Arbisi, the piano doctor who travels the world tuning pianos, and you know, we're going to talk about the lost art of piano tuning, but somebody we need to also give a shout out is Miss Kelly.
Yes.
Let's talk about Miss Kelly.
Miss Kelly is my business partner. She's been with me for about 4 years now. She's the driving force behind the business really taking hold the way that it is and really going national and then international. She's a lot more organized than I am, let's just say. But I've also been able to teach her about piano work itself. She watched me work for a long time and said she thought she could do some of this kind of work. So it's not the tuning part of it, but it's the technical part. Stuff breaks in pianos. You have 12,000 moving parts, and you have to know how to fix those things. Well, I've taught her how to do all those things. So a lot of times when we go out on these tours and we've got 5 churches we have to stop in, and we've got 4 of them that have broken pianos, I'm taking the middle of the piano out, the guts of the piano out, and giving them to her, and then she's fixing them while I'm off tuning the other pianos in the church.
So when you say, I know about the piano wire.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got your pedals.
Yeah. But I'm talking about the guts.
Okay,
like,
so
like on a baby grand piano, you have the keys that you play. Well, I can go in and take that whole thing out. All the keys come out in one thing. It's called the piano action. And that's where the hammers are, because hammers have to hit strings to make sounds. All those things, that's where your 12,000 moving parts are. And all those parts are moving right next to each other. So if anything happens, all of a sudden you have a problem with this key, this key, this key, this key. And that's what she's fixing.
And so, and she's also your scheduler.
She's also the
scheduler,
scheduler,
if you want the piano doctor to come to your church or your home or your school or your auditorium or wherever, she will schedule. I want to get back to the lost art of piano tuning. Expand on that, if you will.
I've been a musician pretty much my whole life, a bass guitar player. I sing also and juggle, whatever is needed for the show. I just wasn't really much of a piano player, but the music and the art part of it really is what started to come through. When you tune a piano, you're making it sound different than it actually wants to do. A piano's trying to implode on itself with all the pressure from all the strings and the wood and everything else, and you're forcing it back into this is the most beautiful way this instrument is going to sound. You know, if you just let a piano sit for 50 years, they still make noise. It's just not a pretty noise. Now I'm going to make it get into a pretty way, so that when you sit down at it and you play it, it's the best it could possibly sound, because you can only be as good as your instrument.
And again, pianos should be tuned once a year.
Once a year. Played or not played, they should still be tuned once a year.
Okay.
You know, I say even if you got a Corvette in the garage, you still got to change the oil in it every now and again.
Okay. All right. And then because I'm envisioning when you talked about piano stories, you know, all of us have the piano that we took piano lessons on when we were growing up, or the piano that was in your grandmother's house, and even the keys are a little brownish, you know, or yellowish.
Or you took lessons from that lady that was so mean and
she hit you with the ruler.
Oh
my gosh,
I swear
flashbacks.
they cloned that woman, I swear to God.
Oh yes. But we do have some fine pianists in the world.
Yes.
Again, if you were not with us during this last segment, he has tuned pianos for the likes of Bob Dylan, Chuck Leavell of the Rolling Stones, Wynton Marsalis, and internationally now. So when the internationals call you back, you are ready to. Miss Kelly is going to make that happen, right? And again, it takes about, well, you said about 45 minutes?
About 45 minutes. And then if your piano hasn't been tuned in 10, 12, 160 years, whatever it is, it's going to take a little bit longer, but not a whole lot more. Usually appointments only go about an hour and a half, and anything that's wrong with it can be fixed, all the way down to I play it every day, everything plays fine on it, it sounds great, but the actual tone of it just not as pleasing. And that's something that we can go into and fix that and make it to where, again, when I get done with it, it's like it's a brand new piano. I do that a lot for churches.
And I'm sure that there are a lot of people out there listening this morning, and they're like, okay, so how much does it cost? Can you give us a range?
Oh yeah.
From you know, from the 45 minutes to possibly the hour and a half.
Yeah. So we don't charge by how long it takes us to do something. Every piano, I've told people for years, every piano costs a little bit different, because I have to give a ballpark on it, because there's such a range in different pianos, but every one of them falls between $150 and $250.
Okay, well, let me give you our information, pianodoctorusa.com or 706-833-4164. Thank you so much for the piano tuning lesson.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And have a wonderful Sunday, everybody.